Good day, Trinity family. I'm here to give you an update about what entering Phase 2 in North Carolina means for Trinity Baptist Church. Our advisory team that has been working with our trustees and advising myself and our deacon chair regarding opening our congregation has been working with a mission statement that says, because we love our church community, we will seek to minimize risks and we will ask the congregation to act responsibly. In Phase 2, you may know that because of a court order, the church is no longer under the restriction or recommendations of the state. However, if we keep our mission statement of minimizing risk and acting responsibly, then we have some questions about what we must do as we move forward. The Apostle Paul reminds us in 1 Corinthians 10, 23 and 24, everything may be permissible, but everything is not beneficial. Everything may be permissible, but everything does not build up or is constructive. He goes on to say everyone should look to the interests of the other and not to his or herself. During this pandemic, we are grateful for the freedoms that we do enjoy. On this Memorial Day weekend in particular, we give thanks for the freedom that we have as a church to gather and to proclaim the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. But in the midst of this pandemic, we also realize that with freedom there is great responsibility. And with that responsibility comes the higher law of Jesus, to love the Lord our God and to love our neighbor as ourselves. With all these things considered, it is our recommendation that our church wait until June the 28th until we gather together for in-person worship. We choose that date for several reasons. First of all, it comes at the end of the planned Phase 2 here in North Carolina. By waiting to the 28th, we continue to follow some of the recommendations from our authorities and health experts. It also reflects what we've discovered in our recent survey. Less than 1/3 of our congregation said they were ready to return the first day we opened. Many more commented in that survey they would wait several weeks, if not months, before they returned to the campus. It seems that waiting a little longer is where most of our congregation is in regard to returning to the campus and to worship. Also, if we were to start worship in the next week or so, that worship service would be so restricted in what we could do that we believe waiting a little longer gives us a clearer view of how we can construct a meaningful worship experience for us all. Finally, we have to say that our online worship is going well as our Zoom classes and the way people are using social media and technology to stay connected. And so we believe that June 28th is a good day for us to plan toward, and we will plan for that day to be a day when we can all come together as we choose to worship together. We will social distance that day. We will have enough worship opportunities for everyone to feel safe and comfortable as they come to worship. So be praying about June the 28th. Now, in the meantime, our teams are hard at work. Our people team has just produced the material we need to give us advice and recommendations about entering our building for whatever activity it might be. You're going to find those 4 documents on the website, in the newsletter this week, and I encourage you to go there and to look for those and to familiarize yourself with those documents. We can summarize them in 3 ways. Number 1, we're going to ask everyone who comes into the building to self-screen their health. Are they a risk at exposing others to COVID-19? Are they in the risk of having a terrible experience if they were to contract COVID-19? And we ask you honestly to self-screen before coming to any activity. We will ask you to wear a mask when on campus and in our building. If you don't have one, we have some that have been made by our wonderful volunteers, as well as some others that we've purchased, and we would be happy to provide you one when you enter into the church building. We will ask everyone to social distance on campus and in the building for the foreseeable future. There's much more educational items along with those documents, so go to tbcraleigh.com and familiarize yourself with the hard work our people team is doing. Now, I know you have some other questions. I know you're wondering about Sunday school. We know Sunday school is the backbone and heart of our congregation. It's there we have deep relationships and where we find meaningful discipleship. And we are working hard, and we're taking the Sunday school time and class and small group very seriously, trying to make sure that it's enhanced in every way. It's good to know that we have great participation right now. Some classes are reporting they have better participation online than they were having attendance. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And as we move forward, our Sunday School Council will be coming up with creative ways for classes to begin to meet in person after we're meeting together for worship. We'll be using creative times and places and spaces, and we'll all have to be flexible as we move forward to create a Sunday school experience. The same is true for our children and students. Our people team in particular is meeting with some experts from across our congregation who can give us some insight about how we can create safe spaces for our children and students to resume those ministries. Pray for them that they will have discernment, for we know that that is so important for all the families in the life of our church. And finally, let me say something about our office. We plan to open our office on June the 1st. Our staff has been coming in and out for several weeks now as needed, but we plan to open the office on June the 1st. Thus, we will have someone there to answer the phone. We're going to stagger our staff as we did prior to having leave the building. We will stagger our staff throughout the day. That includes support staff and ministers. Now, we ask you to do something for us. If you don't need to come to the church building, then please do not come just to say hi. We would love to see you, but we don't want to expose our support staff any more than we have to. But if you need to come for some essential reason, please do so, and also continue to abide by our recommendations of entering the building. That information will be on the door when you arrive at the church campus. Now, finally, let me say thank you. Thank you for your faithfulness. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your many words of encouragement. Thank you for your patience. And we continue to ask that you pray for all of us as a church and for our leadership as we continue to try to discern what is best and what is pleasing to God in these moments ahead. Trinity, we are going to get through this. We are a strong and vibrant congregation, and more so, we worship the God who is the resurrected Christ. The one who has overcome death itself will give us the strength to get through this as well. And so stay faithful, continue in prayer, and expect God to be at work. Keep asking that question, how can I love God today? How can I love my neighbor? Have a great day.